You're behind Three Penny Taproom, Mad Taco, Mule Bar, Carrier Roasting, and now Good Measure. What in your soul is driving you to do what you do?
Service. People.
So we are pulling into Northfield, which is in central Vermont and home to Norwich University, Darn Tough Stocks, and the subject of this video, Good Measure Beer, and Scott Kerner. Scott is a living institution. He's a pillar in the Vermont food scene. And what he and Good Measure Beer are doing with and for Northfield is just, well, it's a story worth knowing.
What's up, y'all? Scott from Good Measure Pub and Brewery in fabulous, bustling downtown Northfield. Today we're having our first Mullet Fest. People have turned out and there's some really fabulous flows here today. We're judging on a criteria of 4 different things: authenticity or integrity, flow, tidiness, and my favorite one, which is the element of danger. So basically, like, is this person gonna take their shirt off and throw a brick through the window if they don't get chosen as the winner? So we opened Good Measure June of 2022. Our mission is to provide our town with the best food and service and beer and spirits as humanly possible. We just want you to walk through the door and forget about your troubles, right? Like, we want you to be doted on. We want you to be comfortable. When you walk through the door on a busy day, bartender, server, somebody's gonna see you and wave with a smile, right? You're here, you're fine, comfortable. We just want you to leave here going, man, I can't wait to go back.
On the building behind me, you will see that it first says coffee. That's Carrier Roasting, which Scott Kerner is also a co-founder of. But it also says beer, which is obviously an integral part of Good Measure Beer.
The beer that we make is always approachable. Our beer is very balanced. We also love to vary in style because there is a variable amount of palates in the world. So everything from our cream ale to double IPA, right? Or a heavy stout. We came up with a term called modern nostalgia. What that alludes to is just really honoring the styles of the past, but putting your modern twist to it. So that's what kind of the nostalgic beer piece is. And our food is pub food, but done right with as much local ingredients as we can use. We really like price point and try to give people value. The whole principle of Good Measure is you're getting value. You're getting what you paid for.
A little known but very cool fun fact about Good Measure Beer is that their canning line is actually the original canning line for the Alchemist's Heady Topper, a legendary Vermont beer.
I think it's cool to have that kind of the spirit of the Alchemist in this building.
What's legendary?
It's legendary. I mean, when we opened Three Penny, the Alchemist was still a pub in downtown Waterbury. You know, Sean Hill was living in Denmark. Sean Lawson was selling beer at farmers markets, you know, but we started and kept it going. Andrew. He makes the beer and puts it in cans and designs the labels and creates our menu. What drives me is seeing people happy, whether that's at my house or that's here at the pub or at the coffee shop. It's really just that sense of community is a big part of my soul. I feel like as a business owner anywhere, you have a absolute duty to be philanthropic as well as to be a accessible community member. And I drive to be that person.
Scott Kerner has this vibe about him that is primal, or as he would say, medieval. And he's warm, he's friendly. Kind of just has this energy of a guy that you want to spend a lot of time with.
Concept also is very medieval. Every town should have a brewery. Every town should have a baker. Every town should have a butcher, right? Like, that's how it should be. So this town meets, we have a butcher, we have a bakery, we have a brewery, right? So like, we're a medieval village now. Like, we've done it, right? Roll out the barrels, let's go.
You even have a local fortress.
Yeah, we have a fortress, we have cannons. The town of Northfield has been just absolutely wonderful in their support. I built my house here. My kids are in the school system here. You know, the town has got so much potential, and there's so many amazing people here that just drive me to do the best we can here, as well as, you know, possible things in the future. I just want it to be the most fun town that you've ever been to in your life.
Northfield really feels like a very complete community, and what Good Measure and Kerner have been is really just the cherry on the ice cream sundae that is this wonderful town.
And I think people are really starting to recognize the sparkle of this town. Right.
To contextualize the magnitude of the success that Scott Kerner and his team at Good Measure have had, I think it's important to just understand how difficult it is for small businesses to survive. Just in the last year, there have been dozens of small businesses around state, all food establishments, all go under. I see this all the time through my work with Eat Vermont. The fact that every small business that Scott has been part of so far not only has continued to survive, but also still thrives, I think is a lasting living testament to Scott's leadership and to just his vision in creating these businesses.
I hope my impact is that the town and my community feels like Good Measure has given and Kerner has given back to them as much as they have given to us. If that's the notion when I'm done, then I'm a successful human being. At the end of the day, I want these places to survive until they need to not be there anymore. I hope that my soul and my vibe is still in those buildings, right?
If you consider the fact that Good Measure Beer has only been here for just over a year, the fact that they have so much buy-in and so much infrastructure is really impressive. But I think it just speaks to Scott Kerner's deep experience, his rootedness, his focus, and just his passion for service and for community here in Vermont.